IMJ Nation, IMJ Nation, IMJ Nation, IMJ Nation, IMJ Nation. #1 comic book show for fun. We stole our business model from Image's Eric Stevenson. What I lack in rhymes, I make up with knowledge. Talking to me's, I go into comic book college. I was taught at Jean Grey School for higher learning. 4 years of the shit, I hit the streets earning. Now I'm burning demons next to Constantine. We're blazing like hell and I'm feeling inclined to call Zatanna up. Give her my mind. I say relax, fishnets. It's me, divine.
Okay. Welcome to a comic book look, everyone. We're your, well, kind of weekly comic book show. We're kind of working on that right now. We talked about that in the last episode. Summer operating parameters right now. It's your boy, John, a.k.a. I'm the comic cowboy. The comic Hugh Hefner. We got Tom over here, a.k.a. Highlander. There can be only one plus the Goonies hat for show. And Skylar in the middle. So, see, so fresh, so clean. Skylar's kind of the king of the rivers, king of the lakes. Kind of the Aquaman.
King of the stream.
King of the stream.
King of the stream.
Oh, that's kind of catchy. King of the stream. We'll go with that for sure, man.
We're bringing here issue number, for the math geeks, 12 times xy to the 5th equals 76. Figure it out.
All in parentheses, divided by 7.
Submit your answers online.
I forgot about that bit. That entire equation is divided by 7.
But yes.
Totally. Absolutely. But yeah, we're just kicking it, getting back into the swing of things here. Last time I believe we just kind of talked about what we were up to, so we'll kind of skip totally past that. We're going to be talking about some books tonight, huh?
Exactly. Let's dive deep. Comic book reviews of straight comic books.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's beat those books up.
I told you guys before, these reviews are going to be crushed by me. I'm going to crush every single one of these. Good or bad, I'm just going to crush the review. That's all I'm saying.
I did have a story on my way over here tonight. This is amazing. I walked in to get these beers at the Hy-Vee gas station.
For show.
And this gal behind the counter, super nice gal, she, because I go in for coffee in the mornings, she looks at my shirt and starts naming all the characters.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, I don't get
all
to have
of them?
This. Yeah. She was like, is that Dr. Doom? And I was like, oh my god. And then she was just going all around my shirt. Hy-Vee on 26.
Was she hot?
She's, I don't know. I mean,
Skylar. I'm talking for Skylar. I'm married, but let's.
I suppose.
Yeah, with Skylar, that's where you know to get.
So it was really cool. Like, no, she was really nice. I mean, it was just so funny. And I told her I don't get to have this conversation too often. So I ran out to my car and remember those business cards I whipped up for us.
Oh yeah.
I pulled out 2 of those because there were two employees at the time, and they were both like, yeah. And I was like, check out our show. So getting back on the grind,
What's up, Hy-Vee workers?
So
5
shout out to Hy-Vee, man.
Yeah.
So I totally appreciate
working hard
that.
for every viewer.
Exactly. So it kind of inspired me. Like, I really want to go on this mission of getting us out there locally more, because right now we're such an online thing, and it's
you gotta get out there and shake hands. Isn't that what the politicians say? You gotta get out there and shake hands.
Exactly. I need to make a poster for our shop, I think. They would hang it. They said they would.
Yeah. Oh, they've said a long time ago. Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, we should have been dropping our com cards there all along, but...
Well, yeah, that's how unorganized we are. Yeah. I mean, have we ever...
serious business meeting.
Yeah, we talked about how that at one point, I think it was like on issue 50, we decided that every single issue after that will be no more than 30 minutes ever. And then issue 51 was like about an hour. So, I mean, like, we have problems, but you know what? We have problems uploading, editing, doing the show, getting together, know what we're going to talk about, remembering to turn on the camera, making sure that it's not just pictures.
Microphone
well, microphones never,
It's really a big problem that we have here, but the first step to recovery is admitting that it's a problem.
Exactly.
Ain't no business like show business.
Well, you know what? Would it be a comic book look if we got all those things right every time? I don't fucking think so.
Exactly.
I mean, at one point we discussed having a boom mic just drop in.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for fun, just to lower the production quality a little bit, and really not to lower the standards, but to lower expectations. So that our standards exceed the expectations.
And then we realized a boom mic is way out of budget.
Yes, yeah. We even talked about bringing up a mop and and the foam to cover it's more expensive than the rest of the bit.
So awesome. I'm gonna look around for that.
Yeah.
be so baller.
We should have never bought that vending machine that was diamond encrusted. But anyway,
we're gonna start liquidating.
The funds are low here. No, we're not getting the eviction notice yet. Did we say we're doing reviews? I don't remember.
Yeah,
we said we're gonna dive right into it.
We're gonna dive right into it. Hammer.
Okay.
Hammer.
I'm gonna dive right into it, John.
Do it.
Okay. 10 grand. JMS. J. Michael Straczynski and Ben Templesmith. You guys may know JMS as the fame of he created Babylon 5. So the sci-fi, TV show that has a cult status. He's also he writes the Superman Earth 1, and he's infamous for starting a comic book and then having massive delays and not finishing it, or massive delays and having somebody else. I mean, he's done this with like Midnight Nation and Rising Stars, and those were like some books that he had that kind of made him famous, that everybody liked at first and then just completely fell off. He was doing Superman for a while. He was doing the big Superman arc where he walks the earth. He's not going to fly anywhere. He's going to walk. Everybody fucking hated it. And then
so he's kind of the comic book look of creators.
Yeah. Exactly.
Massive delays.
Exactly, dude.
Put your feet
consistent.
up on it.
Yeah, he's like the comic book look of creators. And I've always said, he even puts this thing on here, Joe's Comics, because he's created Babylon 5. So, I mean, he has some fucking dough and some clout. But Ben Templesmith, 30 Days a Night, I mean, his art is very odd and different. I mean, as you guys can tell, it's, like, very moody, and, the colors are very, big, important of it. And he's he's known for horror. And, so... I'm like, you know what? Even though I think that Ben Templesmith is also known for being really behind too and not being able to go on deadline. So I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to buy this fucking book. There's no way I'm buying this book because I'm gonna get into it and then it's not going to work out and blah blah blah. And so here I am. I still fucking bought the book. And can you really blame me though? It was actually pretty damn good. It's kind of like Criminal Macabre, or like the guy from Criminal Macabre, or from Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a supernatural guy, and you pay him $10 or $10,000, and he'll kill people. And a lot of times it's like possessed people and different things like that is what it's kind of picking up on. But it's done in a really cool way. And the coolest part about this, the reason I wanted to talk about it was after I got done with this. You guys always know I like back matter or whatever. So he gives you this back matter, and then there's the scan code. And then you read that, and he actually hired voice actors to read the whole entire thing. And if you scan that with your phone, then you can listen to it. And just, again, I went through the whole entire thing, and this time I didn't have to read shit. Yeah. I just looked at the panels, and I looked at them different reading it, and I fucking really liked it then.
That's cool.
Because it was a different experience. It wouldn't be something that I want to do in a lot of time on a lot of comic books. Yeah. But because JMS is definitely, he knows what it's like to write for TV and different things like that. The dialogue works really well when somebody says it out loud.
Nice.
And it ended up being a really fun thing. Issue 2 came out, and I haven't read it yet. But I'm still a little bit behind. But this ended up being actually really fun. So if you do get a chance, it's almost just pick this up for the gimmick of getting to listen to it from voice actors. And it was actually kind of cool. Something way different. It's an image number 1. And I'm sure you can still pick it up because a lot of retailers know JMS, so they bought a lot of copies of this.
Yeah, and it's got the image logo on the front. But a quick curious question. When you go to issue 2, will you read through it first, or will you play the voice actors first?
Checked. Issue 2 doesn't have voice actors.
Oh, that's a shame.
I know.
That would be really cool. If they
I'm gonna.
the series.
You guys keep talking out here.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for that one.
Let's jump on to the next book.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get into just something here. Oh God, Dark Avengers issue 190. You see what it says on there? Final issue. That's interesting because there was all this talk about 200. It's going back to Thunderbolts, or 200. It's going to be something 200. Issue 200. We're so close. We're riding this gravy train. I have every single one of these damn things, and they stop at issue 190, and it is the worst storyline for these characters that I have ever seen. So basically, Marvel, what you're doing is you're taking my nutsack, putting an iron on it, and then saying, go buy more books from us. Thanks. because I'm so upset about that, you know. And this isn't brand new. This was from a couple weeks ago, but I remember finishing it and I was just like, ugh. And like Sergeant America was asking for a rant video on it. I don't even know if I have anything left to say about it. You know what I mean? Because I was so disappointed.
Doesn't that just...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sure your heart is broken.
Dude, it totally is.
Because it's like, dude, you've just held on.
Yeah, if I
to
could
the dream.
To the dream.
190 fucking issues.
Yeah, dude.
And they already renumbered it, and they're carrying on the old Thunderbolts and this when they have another Thunderbolt series going on and it has nothing to do with this 190.
Isn't this done? This should be
done.
That's done.
Yeah.
And I refuse to start the new Thunderbolts. You saw what happened to issues 1 and
Yeah, I
2.
mean, you've already covered that. I mean, it started a while ago. You covered.
Yeah.
You're not buying it.
It's covered in beer, and it's molding on top of my microwave.
Exactly. Which is going to be ready
It's
for
going back to
Campfire
Hazy.
season. We got a special episode coming up, Campfire edition. We'll tell you more later.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
dude, I'm
Oh,
sorry that you
man,
had to go
I'm
through
so
that.
upset.
Can you tell us what happens in it at least? Or, I mean, do you
No,
know?
it's just alternate reality nonsense that at the end, whoa, AIM was playing with their heads and blah, blah, blah. Okay, now we're back in normal Hugh, but we're all going to go our separate ways. Like, Scar just is like, peace, I don't want to see you guys again. And the rest of the team is like, well, what are we going to do? We'll be the Dark Avengers, and that's it. There's no upcoming titles, anything, to my knowledge. It's just, you develop these characters and then you just leave them hanging. And then they're just going to pop up in some massive crossover event later on as background noise.
What's the crossover? I mean, what's the event going on right now? Age of Ultron? Is that over?
No, it's still going on. I stopped collecting that. I thought it was
Exactly.
complete nonsense.
And I mean, I'm not talking to anybody who's fucking getting that. I'm sure these...
I stopped
I'm sure,
at like issue 4. It pissed me
I
off.
think Marvel is starting to realize that, maybe people aren't buying these. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I hopped off, dude. I was like, I can't get into that.
Yeah.
It's a promise.
Update from before. Checked again just to make sure. But yeah, there's nowhere that it gives you the voice for this second one. But I'm still anxious to read it, and we'll see where it goes because they got 2 issues out on time.
Whoa.
I'm still going to make you answer the question, though.
Uh-oh.
If there were the voice actors,
Yeah.
would you prefer to actually read it first or listen to the voice actors the first time around and then read it afterwards?
If I had the voice actors and I knew that, I would only do voice actors. I would not read it.
Okay,
I read a shit ton of comics, so to experience this comic in a whole different way,
It's awesome.
it's really fun.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
You know,
they gave
it's
you
like,
that option too.
What is the creator that made that? I can't think of the name of the book though that we got that he gave us those. It was the kids' book about the people in the avocado grove.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but
Why
yeah,
am I such a jerk right now? I'm so sorry.
they're
Oh.
a great book, and
It
it's
was rough.
kid friendly. And I read some of it to my kids, and then he also made a
Yeah.
motion comic with
Yeah.
the somebody acting out the voices, and then they posted it on
Such a
YouTube. So it
dick.
was like just a different way
Yeah.
of like a really low budget animation.
And it was
And
awesome.
It was really cool.
I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah, and
The
that
YouTube
and, I
vids.
like these different ways that you can do it, and that was just that was an indie creator that
Yeah.
was just putting out his stuff and getting his name out,
Yeah.
and he's great, and it was great. I really wish I could think of the fucking name of the book.
I'm just horrible with names tonight.
Yeah.
Period.
We'll come back at you with it later.
Oh no! Look at
We'll
how
get it
easy it
figured
is.
out.
Kings of the Overgrove. That's
Dude,
how easy it is.
Tom,
God,
you're
thank God I
awesome.
had that. But yeah, this book was
It's
the
awesome.
same
It's
thing.
Solid.
It's such a great book. Ariel
that.
Harebrand and Dave Nelson.
Yeah.
We have an interview
I'm sorry,
John
I
does
don't
with them.
Oh.
It's just a great
Yeah.
kids book, and you can look on YouTube and actually get the whole thing. It's so it's fucking pretty cool that they do that.
Definitely. We got signed copies.
Yep. But yeah. But yeah. Anyway, well, I don't know if it's gonna stay. It's too big. It's such a fat, awesome book. So, but yeah. That's just another
before
cool
we
one.
transition though,
Yeah.
we're breaking tradition already. What are our ratings here?
Oh my God, it's been so long.
Oh, we're rusty at this.
Okay. So 10 grand once through and then twice through listening, number 1. After that, I will give it a 5 out of 6 beers
Nice.
because it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm giving my Dark Avengers final issue a 0. I don't even need to go.
Not
on
even
that.
a sip of beer.
Not even.
empty
But I'm
case.
gonna have one right now. I'm
Yep. This
depressed.
is for this is
toast
for
John
the end of
Trine.
Thunderbolt's
To the death.
190 issue run.
Cheers. Or not, well, yeah.
Good riddance to bad trash.
0. So yeah. Next, I'll go with Scott Snyder,
Uh-oh.
biggest name in comics. Sean Murphy, the greatest artist in comics, in my opinion, punk rock Jesus fame, has a new miniseries out called The Wake. You don't know what you're getting into. What do you see this right here? You know, what's going on? You see some guy tied up. He has fins right here. Looks like there's some sharks around. He's in some canister. What the fuck's going on? So you get the start of a very serious miniseries. You can tell that they're taking this very seriously. The art is phenomenal all the way through. It, specifically the colors. I just want to find a perfect color page. Like the doled out, it almost feels like something from the 80s or something. Like it's such dull art.
Oh yeah.
But like with a pop feeling. Like I mean, look at this pop feeling and like. So it's this dystopian future. Though a lot of the earth is covered in water, like you can tell this person has this crazy haircut, and I mean it digs deep right away. There's all these different things that are happening. Great shot right here of like some mysterious monster eyes, but you don't really know what's going on because I mean Sean Murphy just knows how to bring it. And by the very end of it, they dig into it goes. You get that, and it goes right back to 200 years later. And then it starts digging the story of how it got to that dystopian future all the way through. And at the very end, you get the...
200 years later or earlier?
Earlier,
okay.
I apologize. You get the shot of... spoilers for all of this shit. I don't care. You get this awesome shot right here of this beast that's actually in here that's from the front cover... And that's you kind of find out that what's happening to Earth and why this shit is happening is kind of happening probably because of this creature that has possibly been around a lot longer than we could ever imagine. It starts with the next one, the storyteller back from like the ancient days was cavemen drawing the same person. So it's a whole bunch of ingredients. Like tons of ingredients thrown around, and they mixed it into a bowl, and then we don't know what's going to come out of the oven yet. Because right now we just have this fucking mixture of a bunch of ingredients, and we don't know, they haven't added the liquids yet, they haven't added the other stuff, there's still a bunch going to happen, but from these ingredients, that what comes out of the oven is going to be just a fucking badass epic tale, with the best art, and just Scott Snyder. I mean, everybody knows Scott Snyder does the greatest work.
Yeah.
When he's working with Sean Murphy, it's even better. I mean, this right here is going to be my next favorite series of all time, and I can already tell.
That's some big shoes right there.
Because, I mean, Sean Murphy is just killing it, dude. Just anything he draws is awesome. Punk Rock Jesus is like my favorite fucking series. And so, you already have me super excited for this. And so, yeah, I'm giving this 6 out of 6 beers.
Ooh.
Full 6
You
pack.
never do that, dude.
I don't, because I reserve those for the greatest.
Okay.
Can't wait to see more.
That really catches my interest. I'm always into that dystopian future.
Oh, yeah.
Feel.
Me too. That's just like my
watch
favorite.
Escape from L.A. the other day. So
God,
cheesy
John
and fun.
Carpenter's the man. Snake.
Call me Snake.
Yeah,
Did that just start last week or this week?
This started, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago. We're almost on
It
2.
says July 2013, but I mean, that's a fucking load of shit. I got this 4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. I don't even know. It's because they always put 2 months ahead, so yeah.
I might actually have to keep my ear to the ground for
Yeah,
that.
or yeah, you're going to have to definitely take that from me. But yeah, that's a great fucking series, guys. You have to be reading that.
Or else you're not.
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to pair these two up here. All new X-Men issues 11 and 12. The original X-Men back in the present Marvel U. Personally, when they advertised this, and I know I've talked about this, but it's been so long, this is fresh for all of you. I thought this was going to be the stupidest thing in the world. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this series. It's been really neat. So far, Scott, he's like 16 years old, meets Mystique. I'm a mutant too, I'm a good guy, even though she's not really. The Brotherhood's actually back to no good, it seems.
The Brotherhood
Mystique,
of Evil Mutants?
Yeah,
Nice.
Sabretooth, and then Mastermind's daughter.
Dang.
Yeah, so you're getting a little bit of that. They're actually posing. They have an illusion of the X-Men going around robbing banks and stuff. So the 5 get pulled over by the Uncanny Avengers. So old Havoc meets young Cyclops, and there's brotherly love in this issue 12. So you get to see Havoc, and Cyclops hug it out, bromance it up a little bit. It's tender moments
They
like
fight it out
that.
a little bit, it looks like, too. I
Yeah,
mean,
No, there wasn't any fighting. This is another classic
actually-
Marvel. This didn't actually happen.
The
and this
misleading...
is-
It was all talking.
Yeah,
over.
this is Bendis. I mean,
Yeah.
and so I mean, this is the Marvel's biggest writers writing that.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
he better be knocking out of the park. Is they got the good art on that shit or what?
It's all right.
Just all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's. I mean, the one thing I do like is seeing Jean Grey
Yeah.
out and about. So it has its strong points on there. The brotherly thing was a little bit overdone, but understandable at the same time because the current day Cyclops is a big,
Yeah.
silly, sad sack.
Exactly.
So
Everybody knows John's view
Yeah.
of Cyclops.
Oh, Cyclops.
If
Anyways,
you want, you can go back to any old
Yeah.
episode when he's talking about the X-Men, and
I'm gonna give those a 4 out of
Listen to it.
6 though for sure.
Nice, both 4 out of 6. Well, that's
Yeah.
a good score. I mean,
Well, I read them back to back. so,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, but that hell yeah, man. I'm glad. I want to hear some good things about the X-Men. I want to hear them good enough that I'm jumping
there's
back
more.
on board.
Definitely.
For sure. But yeah, I think right now, we hit some 2 good reviews on some books, and I think that's plenty for this episode, guys.
We sure?
Yeah, we have plenty
That's true.
more to tape. So yes, we have more coming at you next week. But thanks again, guys. Once again, we'll be hitting you with more comic book reviews shortly, and hopefully we'll be posting videos nonstop. Yes, but a comic book look represent, boys. You know how we do.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys had an awesome week in comics. Let us know what you're reading, what's hot, what's not, what flops.
Boom.
Anyways, hope you guys have a good week. Keep it comics.